Hello. Can you hear me? Hello, hello. Sorry for the slight delay. I had some technical difficulties. I'm still very new to all of this technology, and I hope that things are going well right now. Okay, fantastic. Thank you. I'm very glad to hear that. Perfect. Thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate it a lot. This is going to be a pretty chill live stream. Like I said, it's my first one. I'm pretty nervous, so I have two activities lined up, both of which are series that I've started where I did this kind of format, but I recorded them and then uploaded them to YouTube, but I decided to switch them to live because that's kind of the format that I was already doing. And I thought it could be fun. So if you want to let me know how you're doing, I'd love to hear from you all as we kind of go along. But first, I think we're maybe just going to jump straight into Bootcamp. There was also a video that I was thinking of potentially maybe watching. It's from the Mythical Kitchen, which are owned by the same company that Rhett and Link are. So we'll maybe go there, and the guest is vegan, so all the food that they eat is vegan on that particular episode. So I thought that that could potentially be fun, so we'll see how it feels. It's also super hot in here, so I'm probably gonna get progressively redder and slightly sweatier. So, but thank you all again for being here, and again, let me know if there are any technical difficulties, or feel free to ask questions or share about anything interesting, I guess, that's come up. And thank you again for being here. I'm gonna try and get Bootcamp up now. Also, I keep looking into the wrong webcam because there's one on my computer, but then the actual one that I'm using, so I'm gonna do my best to remember that it's up there. Okay, let's see. I'm probably gonna be a little bit slow with some of these transitions because, again, my first time. I'm gonna try and stop saying that because we all know it by now. All right. Audio sounds excellent. Thank you. Very glad to hear that. All right, so here we go. I should have that pulled up, and if I click here, it's worked. All right, oh shoot, no, I have to log in again. All right, I'm gonna switch back here for a second. Here we go. And if you have any ideas for future things you'd like to see on live streams, I do also want to do some outreach reactions, or maybe reactions is the wrong word, but watching other people do outreach, because I learn a lot from watching myself do outreach, and I think some focused time of watching other people do it would be helpful, and also just something that I enjoy doing, and I think other people also probably enjoy doing. All right, here we go. Let's switch back to there. All right. So it's been a while since I did vegan boot camp. I don't even know how long it's been. I didn't check when I uploaded the last video, but I think it's a pretty cool website and a pretty cool service because it's kind of supposed to help people with going vegan. You know, it's boot camp, right? And it's made by the vegan hacktivists, and something that I've been doing as I've been going through it, not only to educate myself, but maybe other people who also want to watch. I'm also taking some notes to maybe share with the vegan hacktivist team who makes it, just so that it can maybe also, I think feedback can be helpful for that kind of thing. And there are a couple things that I think would make it better for new vegans. So yeah, there's a whole host of reasons of why I am going through bootcamp, but I also learn something new every time. So here we go. So we're going to, we've done the introduction, we've done dairy milk, which was an absolute monster of a unit. It was so long. I remember I was all fresh-faced and excited doing the first boot camp, I think almost a year ago, frankly. And I got through the introduction, and then I got to dairy milk, and it was over an hour's worth of just reading through all this very heavy and depressing stuff, but it ended up being good. But I do think that was a very hefty one to start with if you're new to veganism, and it might be discouraging, and it literally did discourage me. It took me a long time until I went back to do the cheese one, and today we are going to continue with the egg section. So let's just go ahead and jump right in. All right. Perfect. All right, so if we look over to the left here, we have overview of eggs, health concerns of eggs, why are eggs cruel, are backyard chickens ethical? I'm glad that that's in there because a lot of people ask that question, so that makes sense. And then we've got a quick overview of egg health, and then there's some bonus material. So the way I'm going to go through this is I'm just going to read through it. If you have any thoughts on eggs or any thoughts on the material, please put it in the chat. I'm going to be interested to read that because, yeah, I think that there is a lot to learn, and I bet that you guys also know a lot about these topics. All right, so overview of the egg industry. Vegans avoid eggs because their production requires the exploitation of female chickens and the murder of male chicks within 15 minutes of hatching. Veganism is by definition a way of living that seeks to exclude as far as is possible and practicable all forms of exploitation of and cruelty to animals for food, clothing, or any other purpose. For this reason, consuming eggs can never be vegan. Hello! Michael has joined. It's nice to see everybody. Sorry, I'm going to take a quick break because I realized I didn't say hi to people here because I'm honestly a little bit nervous about pronouncing names, but we've got Michael, we've got Louis, I think, or Lewis. I'm sorry that I don't know. I think I remember hearing it correctly once on Vegan Gaze in her chat, but please let me know. The Real Thing, Silas is here, Veghead, Renzo. Yeah, thank you all again so much for being here. Has Vegan is here as well. Thank you for joining. We're going over the egg industry. Okay, so the average American consumes about 247 eggs every year. That is a lot of eggs. That is kind of gross, veganism aside. Okay, and not only is this outrageously cruel, it can also have serious health repercussions. It is still believed by the masses that eggs are healthy and that free range is actually what they believe it to be. Happy chickens with lots of space, loved and fed. The global egg industry destroys 6 billion newborn male chicks every year. I'm embarrassed to say that I believed this like free range happy chickens myth for way too long while I was a vegetarian, and I'm pretty embarrassed about how long I kind of kept my head buried in the sand. Oh, okay. There's a question from Wesley. Thank you for being here. Off-topic question, but what was your favorite season of The Leftovers? I feel like the 3 seasons are so different and everybody has a different opinion on which one was best. So that's tricky. It's been like 3 years now since I've watched The Leftovers, and I really loved all of it. I mean, it's very intense and very stressful. But they are very different, but I want to say that my favorite one was the last one, just because I found the way that things sort of like resolved, or rather like kind of came together and then again didn't come together. I found it to be very compelling, and there are also some of my favorite episodes were in that season as well. What about you? What was your favorite one? And if anyone else has seen The Leftovers, I'm curious also. Frankly, my media retention for things like television shows is not great, but I do remember that I really liked it. All right, here we go. Perfect. I'm a little caught up there. All right. The reality behind egg farming is far different than the cartoons of happy chickens on egg cartons try to tell you. Despite what a 90s television commercial might have led you to believe, eggs are for creating baby birds, unfortunately not for human nutrition. The so-called incredible edible egg is really an unfertilized cradle for a baby chick who wasn't. And that's the basis on which egg farming was born. Hens produce eggs in startling quantities. That's why egg farming is so profitable. Their cycles sometimes take just 1 day due to genetic modification that ruins their bodies from excess egg laying, so they're extremely productive. Yeah, that's the thing that I think a lot of people don't know, is that we have genetically modified chickens, and that's always something that I think people are really interested to hear because they like to think of like eating animal products as this natural thing. So I think that explaining to them, you know, the ways in which we've created these like monstrous, like terrible versions of these animals that cause them to suffer for our benefit, it can be really eye-opening for people. Like, I know that it really helped me. Wesley, season 3 for you as well. Okay, and Silas, season 2 and 3 are both amazing. Each one was such a surprising departure from the previous. Agreed. It was a great show. Okay. All right. while these hens are laying eggs for human consumption, they're kept in overcrowded cages and pens and suffer needlessly throughout their entire lives. That's what the egg farming industry doesn't want you to know. So why does egg farming continue to inflict cruel conditions and neglect on hens? And what can we do to stop it? All right. An $8 billion industry. Egg farming is the practice of raising layer hens in order to harvest their eggs for human consumption. How much revenue does egg farming produce? Okay. In the United States alone, the answer is $8 billion. Nearly 40,000 egg farms exist in the US. Although industry growth has declined slightly since 2013, the sector still employs nearly 60,000 people. All right, so in the United States, it employs 60,000 people. They basically raise the hens to harvest the eggs for human consumption. Pretty straightforward. And they said, 6 billion newborn male chicks are killed every year within 15 minutes of being hatched. Okay. Proponents of the egg farming process will tell you that employment and economic necessity are strong enough reasons to continue farming eggs from defenseless chickens. Proponents of the egg farming... I'm doing that thing where I read the words out loud, but I don't fully absorb them sometimes, so I'm doubling back a tiny bit. Alright, proponents of the egg farming process will tell you that employment and economic necessity are strong enough reasons to continue farming eggs from defenseless chickens. That's ridiculous. Moving on. However, when you consider that a laying hen's egg production decreases by 65% within her first 3 years of life, okay, that was not my fault. Okay, that sentence is just a little bit messed up. All right. When laying hens can no longer produce eggs, they are sent to slaughter. This is another thing that I didn't want to believe or told myself silly stories about when I was a vegetarian. And I knew something was fishy, but I was so stuck in my way of thinking that I was sort of scared to learn the truth, but I'm glad that I eventually got there, because this is just atrocious. All right, when laying hens can no longer produce eggs, they're sent to slaughter. They no longer have any value to the egg farmer, so there's no reason to continue feeding them and providing them with space in which to live. This single sobering fact should give you pause next time you reach for a carton of eggs at the grocery store. Egg farming might produce a lot of revenue, but are dollars worth millions of hens' lives? No, and especially if we ask the hen, the answer is obviously no. All right. Let me see, catching up quickly. All right. Decades ago, within the vegan community, there was a big divide between abolitionists versus welfarists. The majority of activists were welfarists. Today, it seems fewer are welfarists. Yeah, I think that that's something that I noticed too. I think that there is a much clearer message, I think, about ending animal exploitation and animal use. And thankfully, I've found, or from my perspective, it seems like the welfarist positions are becoming less and less popular because I think that there are a lot of people doing a lot of good work to make it clear that, from the animal's perspective, we're starting to understand more that any exploitation, regardless of how little the amount of suffering we may perceive that they're experiencing, is wrong, no matter what. So I've definitely feel like I've noticed more of a shift towards the abolitionist approach, which I think is obviously very important. All right, from Has Vegan, we've got, I used to boil a dozen eggs at a time in a big pot, separate the yolks and eat the white parts, then apply the yolks to my face and let them harden into a mask or peel. Oh no. That's the new one for me. I've never heard of that before, but wow. I was always a little bit grossed out by eggs. So I never made it quite to that level of egg usage, but I know a lot of people do. I mean, up there we just learned that the average American eats 247. And my mom used to make this chocolate mousse that, a lot of chocolate mousse recipes will have raw eggs in them. So it would just be 2 raw eggs. And as you know, probably there's this little stringy thing in an egg. It is I guess it's technically not an umbilical cord, but that's kind of always how I thought of it and how I had it described to me at one point. And it's it was like a big bowl of mousse, right? And somehow, with my luck, I would always get that weird stringy thing in a bite of moose, right? Despite the fact that there were like 10 people eating moose, and it just like, I felt so immediately sick and ill. I was just like, oh, I had the egg ick that a lot of people talk about. And it took me way too long to realize that you just don't like have to eat them. So yeah. And also how cruel, obviously, it is. I was far too ignorant for far too long, but wow. All right, and from Louis, please correct me or tell me which one. I love the taste of eggs. Veganism isn't about magically hating the taste of food I like the taste of. Veganism is about the animals. Yeah, absolutely. That's what it always comes down to. Lots of people like the taste of eggs. I had just egg this morning because, again, it's like a scrambled egg is definitely something that I enjoyed to eat on occasion, but I just recognized that it's not mine to take. So yeah, absolutely. Absolutely agree that no matter how much we like the taste, you know, you don't have to be grossed out by animal products in order to recognize that we should not be eating them. All right, how much money do egg farmers make? Egg farmers' salaries and revenue depend on the size of their operations. For instance, a backyard homesteader will rake in far less money than a factory farming operation. However, the cost of eggs continues to rise. According to the U.S. Labor Department's Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average price for 1 dozen eggs was $2.05 in March 2022 from $1.40 in 2019, representing a 7.9% increase. Okay, I feel like that was not the most like informative section. Yeah, basically the amount of money they make depends on the size of their farm, which makes sense. Okay. Egg farming is terrible for the environment. Again, we're talking about the environment, which is something that I've noted in like past bootcamp sessions, that they do talk about health and the environment, which I think it's good to have a well-rounded view of everything like surrounding veganism, but I do think that maybe they could double down a little bit more on like the ethics side of things. All right, but let's read away. Anyways, imagine a large barn-shaped structure filled from floor to 20-foot ceilings with caged hens. The animals urinate and defecate on one another. Parasites run rampant. The animals have been mutilated beyond recognition, and the air inside is so poor that workers wear masks. Of course, the laying hens don't get masks in egg farming operations. They're forced to breathe unsafe air for their entire lives. The machinery used to extract eggs from nests and prepare them for shipment to supermarkets and other destinations produce obscene amounts of carbon emissions. Furthermore, the air quality around the egg farming business diminishes significantly, and the groundwater and soil in the surrounding areas become contaminated. Yeah, so again, I think that this like top part is a little bit more important. I think that the point of the smell in the farms, I've never been in any kind of farm. I don't really think that I can handle it, but I really respect the people who can and do go in there. And I think that the point about the air and the fact that the workers wear masks is really important and something that I didn't really even give that much thought. But of course the air in there has got to be absolutely terrible and disgusting. Like, and imagine that that's just what you breathe for your entire life. I mean, that's like just terrible. All right, I'm gonna catch up with the chat really quickly. Such bad luck with that with the moose. Yes, it felt like I was cursed. The real thing. When I pick up a loaf of bread and it says egg white powder on the ingredients list, why? I agree 100%. I haven't had too much bad luck with egg white powder in bread. I usually just see, yeah, I guess for bread it is usually honey. Maybe, I don't know. Could depend on where you are. Oh, okay, and Louis is fine. Louis, if you're pissed at me. Noted, Louis, thank you very much for letting me know. All right, Silas, just egg. Yes, big fan of just egg. All right. The real thing. Wait, has vegan, you saw egg white powder on a bag of frozen apples? Oh, freeze-dried apples. That is truly bad. That is truly terrible. That makes like truly no sense. Oh my gosh. All right. And oh, hello, Ragsy. Seeing the trifecta egg, dairy, honey, and some breads. Yeah, I think that honey is the one that I most commonly see. They like to do that in like those like nut breads or whatever. Ridiculous. There are so many other sweeteners that don't have to come from bees. From Louis, I've been multiple times inside battery facilities to do filming. The air was horrendous. Yeah. Thank you for doing that. I just think it's incredibly important. I just don't really know if I could handle it. And yeah, I bet that the air is absolutely atrocious. And then Oreo is cool. Hello, welcome. It's so gross. I remember going to a pig farm once in first grade for a field trip and I threw up. I'm sorry, that's honestly, like a pig farm, I guess pig farm doesn't necessarily mean that they were like, factory farm or slaughtering the pigs, I guess, but yeah, I think that the air quality is, there are so many other terrible things that are happening to animals that we sort of like, at least like I said, I do kind of gloss over the fact that the air quality in which they spend their entire lives is just abysmal. All right, here we go. Next lesson. Thank you everybody again for being here. All right, eggs and their leading health concerns. Eggs have never been an essential part of the human diet, merely an addition. There is no recommended egg intake simply because we don't need to eat any. Whilst they do contain some nutrients, the health risks far outweigh any benefit. To reinforce this point, in correspondence between USDA, the United States Department of Agriculture, and the American Egg Board, the board was clearly instructed that eggs cannot be advertised as healthy and nutritious because of their cholesterol and fat content. They cannot be marketed as protein-rich foods either, simply because they're not. Gregor, 2014. Okay. Eggs cannot be sold as safe because they are the main source of salmonella food poisoning in the US, and there's a risk of bird flu infection. Also Gregor, 2014. So I was going to mention that a lot of what I learned about the health of a plant-based diet is from How Not to Die, which is by Dr. Greg, I think Michael Greger, that's his name. And I'm sure most people have heard of him, but that's an awesome book. He reads his own audiobook, so it has his like very characteristic voice, and I find that the way he reads it made it very easy to digest, despite the fact that it was like a very dense book. So I highly recommend that book if you have not yet read it or listened to it. It is definitely worth it. Eggs more like blegs. Thank you. That was silly. All right, eggs and heart disease. Eggs contain saturated fat and cholesterol, yet the industry is very good at confusing people. I think that eggs are probably the best at confusing people out of everything that I guess milk has got milk, and like protein has a bunch of like toxically masculine men confused, but I do feel like eggs are the one where people like really don't know that they're bad for you. There's been so much flip-flopping, and then the average person I think does not have a grasp on the fact that eggs are not actually good for you. Okay. Eggs contain saturated fat and cholesterol, okay, yet the industry is very good at confusing people, even healthcare professionals, into believing that eating eggs is harmless. There are very good reasons to avoid them because they do increase your risk of heart disease. Professor David Spence, Director of Stroke Prevention and Atherosclerosis, Research Center in Ontario, Canada, warns that eating eggs can have an effect on blood vessels similar to smoking. He and his team surveyed more than 1,200 patients and found that regularly eating egg yolks contributed to an increased buildup of arterial plaques, cholesterol deposits that attach themselves to artery walls and pose a serious risk factor for stroke and heart attack. Eggs are a rich source of saturated fats which contribute to the development of heart disease. Long-term studies show that replacing saturated fats with unsaturated ones and healthy carbohydrates from whole grains can significantly reduce the risk of heart disease. When eggs are cooked at high temperatures, the cholesterol oxidation takes place, a process that results in byproducts increasing the risk of heart disease. These cholesterol byproducts may also be toxic to body cells and cause DNA damage. Experts suggest that consuming even one egg a day may exceed the upper limit for cholesterol intake, which increases risk of cardiovascular disease. In fact, a study published in the Journal of, there's the word again, atherosclerosis research. I've heard Dr. Greger say it when I feel like, I don't know, 50 times, but I guess I've never said it out loud myself, so I'm struggling a bit. Bear with me. Found that eating 1 egg per day is just as bad for your heart as smoking 5 cigarettes a day. Wait. In fact, a study published in the Journal of Word I Can't Say Research found that eating 1 egg per day is just as bad for your heart as smoking 5 cigarettes a day? Okay, that's definitely news to me. Wow, okay. Gonna take a quick moment and do a bit of reading. All right, from Louie, you're doing great in your live stream debut. So far, everything is going smooth. Nice reading, nice interaction with chat. Thank you so much. I'm very glad to hear that. Thank you for the kind words. I was pretty nervous about this, so I'm glad to hear that things seem to be going well. I have an ice pack here. I need to move it really quickly because it's very warm. All right. All right. It's Sage. I did actually feel better when I went on a vegan diet for a couple months, but I went back to means. Well, mostly fish like salmon, etc., and burgers alike I tried to avoid. I hope that you reconsider. I recommend watching Dominion. It's Sage in case you haven't, because it's important for the animals that we, don't contribute to their exploitation in any way that we can. But glad that you started, and I hope that you get back to it. All right, from the man, we've got 5 cigarettes, but isn't cigs daily hard? Maybe that says harder. Sorry, there's something blocking to quit. I think I'm misinterpreting that, or I'm not understanding it fully. So let's move on. If you want to clarify, let me know. I'll check back in. All right, eggs and choline. Eggs contain a substance called choline, an essential nutrient needed for cell membranes, nerve signal transmission, and other metabolic functions. Too much, however, can be damaging to health, and eggs are by far the richest source. We can get all the choline we need from plant foods. Research into choline intake in heart disease found that one of the byproducts of choline, I'm not going to say that, you can read it if you like, is associated with the buildup of arterial plaques, promoting heart disease. The higher the levels of TMAO, the higher risk of stroke and heart attack. Eggs and cholesterol. The amount of cholesterol in just 1 egg can exceed the maximum recommended daily amount. A single large egg yolk contains about 275 milligrams, whilst people at risk for cardiovascular disease are advised not to eat more than 200 milligrams. So if you're at risk of cardiovascular disease, eating even 1 egg, or 1 large egg, I suppose, will put you over the limit of the amount of cholesterol you're supposed to eat. And as Professor Spence points out, cutting down on cholesterol after you develop health problems might be too late. Ominous. Something that I learned, I think a couple months ago, is that you can actually still, there are cholesterol increasing foods that are plant-based or vegan-friendly, and one of those includes coconut oil, apparently, and maybe also palm oil. I can't remember, but I thought that was interesting, because I thought that, maybe naively, but I thought that cholesterol came only from animal bodies and things, foods that come, from animal secretions. All right, eggs and diabetes. Okay. A large study revealed that people who ate an egg a day had double the risk of developing type 2 compared to people who had less than 1 egg a week. Another study of 57,000 US adults who ate eggs daily found that they were 58 to 77% more likely to develop diabetes type 2 than those who didn't eat eggs. A more recent study agrees. Egg consumption affects blood sugar metabolism and increases the risk of developing type 2 diabetes, mostly due to the cholesterol in eggs. Cholesterol both inhibits the production of insulin, hormone responsible for sugar metabolism, and can lower the body's sensitivity to it. Okay, this is interesting because we all know that diabetes is a really significant problem in the United States. And again, I think that eggs are, for obvious reasons, painted to be this really innocent food, both in regards to the animals who are exploited for us to gain them, and it's also sanitized for the people's health. essentially, which is just like, it's just despicable in every corner, which is, we can say the same thing for all animal agriculture industries. All right, we're not going to watch this video, I think. Oh, okay. So, Ragsy, vegan for the animals, high protein, plant-based diet for the gains. Yes, I'm not really interested personally in gains, but I respect those who are. I would like to be, but it's not in the cards for me now. All right, from Has Vegan, we've got cholesterol does only come from animal body secretions and excretions, but saturated fat that is found in plants can raise cholesterol, sometimes worse than cholesterol itself. Okay, good to know. Thank you for that addition. That clarifies it. Again, so plants have phytosterols, all right, which are molecularly similar to cholesterol, but actually serve to lower cholesterol as they bind to the same receptors and prevent reuptake of cholesterol. Okay, very interesting. Thank you, Has Vegan, for the very helpful additions. All right, food poisoning, salmonella. Oh, really quickly from John Zook, eggs are for losers. Eggs are also for chickens. So, yeah, eggs, sure. I understand. I understand what you're saying. Okay. Salmonella food poisoning is one of the most common and widespread diseases carried by food, affecting tens of millions of people across the world every year, and eggs are the main source. Symptoms include diarrhea, stomach cramps, nausea, vomiting, and fever. Salmonella is destroyed by cooking, so the main risk is from raw or undercooked eggs and egg products, such as meringues and mayonnaise. Okay, sorry, I'm sure that this is obvious, but it never really occurred to me that the eggs that go into mayonnaise are not cooked, which is disturbing. No wonder people are grossed out by mayonnaise. I never liked mayonnaise until I became vegan and started eating veganese, and I feel further vindicated in that choice. All right. Contamination is another infection source, the bacteria passing from one product to another. Salmonella is a hardy bacterium that can survive several weeks in a dry environment and several months in water. It comes in thousands of different strains, and some are antibiotic resistant. A total of 721 salmonella cases were reported from the chicken flocks in 2014. In the same year, 34 known strains of salmonella were isolated from flocks and 147 unknown. This particular bacteria is a leading cause of food poisoning-related hospitalizations and the top cause of food poisoning-related death, says Dr. Greger. For instance, more than 500 million eggs were recalled due to salmonella outbreaks in 2010. Okay, granted that was a while ago, but that is a staggering amount of eggs to be recalled. Wow. And I just feel like if there was like a plant-based, vegan-friendly food that was the top cause of food poisoning-related death, people would be doing something about it, you know? Like that would be bigger news. But we all know why that isn't the case. And in more recent news, 700,000 contaminated Dutch eggs were distributed to the UK this summer. The eggs contained the pesticide fipronil, which can harm people's kidneys, liver, and thyroid glands. All right. Food poisoning, listeria, campylobacter, contaminants. Sorry, I'm laughing a little bit because there is a streamer who I watch with my partner, and he had a campylobacter infection. And there is a very long cut of him talking about this. So I just had a little giggle because I never heard the word campylobacter before, but now I know it because of his very unfortunate series of events, frankly. All right, let me check back over here. All right, from Louis again. When I went vegan 32 years ago, getting my cholesterol levels tested for the first time after going vegan, it was 114, I believe. I'm not well acquainted enough with all of those like health numbers. Like I don't really know much about like blood pressure, or I can never remember. Like I keep learning it and then not needing that information for a very long time and then forgetting it or not being sure I'm remembering it correctly. But I do know that for a lot of people after they go vegan or switch to a plant-based diet, their cholesterol does drop, and that it is a recommended course of action for people who do suffer from high cholesterol. All right. Eggs can also carry other dangerous bacteria, such as Listeria and Campylobacter, that have been known to cause serious illness in people such as northern lion, although they are not the main source. There is also the possibility of veterinary drug residues and environmental pollutants. Veterinary drug residues. Okay, so the eggs, they're saying the eggs can also have veterinary drug residues and environmental pollutants. Okay. Laying hens treated with drugs and given feed containing pesticides can produce contaminated eggs. Wow, interesting. This kind of reminds me of when we did the dairy one. They mentioned that for organic or like, I can't remember what the wording was exactly, but basically for a certain type of like hormone-free, antibiotic-free like meat that is sold, they actually also will not give the animals like medicine when they're actively sick, which I thought was just incredibly fucked up, frankly. And so that is so that they can just advertise the meat that they will then get from the exploited and killed animal as something that like a human being may feel more compelled to eat, so the animal actually suffers like a dish. It's just messed up. Okay. So it sounds like laying hens who are sick and then are needed to be treated with drugs, which I think oftentimes they're actually like mass treated, whatever. I'm not educated enough on how they're fed, but so if they're given feed containing pesticides, that can also produce contaminated eggs. Traces of many of these potentially toxic pollutants are usually present even in free-range and organic eggs. Wow. Eggs and their heavy link with cancer. Egg consumption has been linked to cancer, especially to hormone-sensitive, cancers. In a study of ovarian cancer patients and healthy women, researchers discovered that there was a strong and significant relationship between cholesterol from eggs and the risk of ovarian cancer. Interestingly, the link was only with egg cholesterol and not other sources of cholesterol, which suggests the culprit might be a substance linked to eggs and egg yolks, but not cholesterol itself. Women eating more than 2 eggs a week had an 82% higher risk of developing ovarian cancer compared to women eating less than 1 egg per fortnight. The risk increase from eating just 1 or 2 eggs a week was 71%. A large study examining the link between the consumption of eggs, red meat, and poultry and prostate cancer revealed that by consuming 2.5 eggs per week, men increased their risk of prostate cancer by 81% compared with men who consumed less than half an egg per week. It followed the dietary habits of 27,607 men for 14 years. This is a statistic that I shared with somebody and they were just like, I don't believe you, give me a source. And then I sent them the source about this like increased prostate cancer risk with eggs, and then they just never responded again. So I think that they didn't like that information when I shared it with them because they are and also were an egg eater. So just saying, I think that those are really significant numbers. And the correlated risk between ovarian cancer and eggs, I mean, it makes sense. Ovaries, eggs, that's where the eggs come from. It's gross to think about, on top of how unethical it is for the chickens. All right, eggs and hormones. 5 and more eggs a week was linked to an increased risk of these hormone-sensitive cancers, with the risk of fatal prostate cancer being especially high. The authors suggested several factors. Cholesterol is involved in the synthesizing of sex hormones, such as testosterone and estrogens that promote cell growth. Excessive amounts of sex hormones can contribute to cancerous growths in hormone-sensitive tissues, such as breast, ovary, and prostate. At the same time, cholesterol and choline are both essential components of cell membranes, and a plentiful supply might help cancerous cells to grow. Hard-boiled facts. The truth is, it's easier to steer clear of eggs. They're not essential for your health and can significantly harm it. Many recipes can easily be adapted to be egg-free, both a healthy and ethical choice. A wholesome vegan diet is the best possible for our health, animals, and the environment. Written by Viva Health. All sources for the above by clicking here. And again, for anybody who doesn't know, this website is called Vegan Bootcamp. It's just veganbootcamp.com, I believe. It's very easy to make an account. The idea is to kind of like prime people who want to go vegan. And I think that it's pretty good for that so far. My goal is to make it all the way through, make notes. I think this is a good time to note again that I think they're maybe conflating vegan and diet maybe a little bit too much. I think that like the majority of these like modules so far have focused on things like the environment and things like health. But I think that one of the early steps was to watch maybe Dominion. Excuse me. So I could be wrong, but I think that it could maybe be emphasized a little bit more strongly. Or maybe I don't know, if they could call like vegan and plant-based boot camp, but that's ridiculous. No, we'll brainstorm. We'll get there. We've got Matthew Bianchini, maybe I'm saying that right. Hey, what's up? We're just doing vegan boot camp. What's up with you? Thank you for joining. All right. Okay, so now we are onto the egg industry and its cruelty. All right. According to research, chickens outperform both dogs and cats on tests of cognitive, emotional, and behavioral complexity. Dr. Jane Goodall explains, farm animals feel pleasure and sadness, excitement and resentment, depression, fear, and pain. They are far more aware and intelligent than we ever imagined. They are individuals in their own right. I think that this is just it's so indicative of how selfish human beings can be. Like, we just like look at somebody else and just assume for our own benefit that they're not having an experience. Like, it feels so clear that we should be safe rather than sorry with respects to that. I remember, like, at an early age, like, I don't know, maybe like 10 or 11, like, there was like an article that came out, or my memory of this is a little bit foggy, but I remember the article said something like, it was something about scientists had discovered that like animals feel pain or emotions or something like that. It was something about animal sentience being discovered. And I remember it kind of like shifted my worldview, because I was thinking to myself, like, what do you mean they've just discovered this? Like, my mother has always been like a very compassionate person, and I grew up, you know, like having interacted with animals, and to me there was never a question of like, are they like basically sentient, even though I don't think I knew that word at that time. So I remember just thinking, like, it was my first kind of realization that people maybe don't understand animals, that there's like a really significant lack of just basic understanding and empathy. And I remember being pretty disturbed by that, unfortunately. All right, let me check back in. Oh, Natalie Blackberry, hi. Thanks for being here. It's good to see you here. Thank you so much for joining, and thank you to everybody who's hanging out. All right, so, okay. They are individuals in their own right, exactly. And just because we may not be able to conceptualize what their individual experience is, doesn't mean that it's not valid or valuable. And I just think it's absurd when people can't recognize this. All right. Research from the University of Bristol also found that chickens do not just live in the present, but can anticipate the future and demonstrate self-control, something previously attributed only to humans and other primates. Yeah, I remember I would watch a neighbor's chickens, and I don't know, it just, when I was growing up, I would watch a neighbor's chickens when she would go out of town, and they're delightful animals, and you know, even if they aren't, it's just not an excuse. It's just not an excuse to exploit them. All right, so why are eggs cruel? Regardless as to whether they're in free range or caged farming systems, hens lead an existence of pain and suffering throughout their shortened lives. These days, the debate on how animals are treated and killed in slaughterhouses has reached many people. However, one of the most common talking points is, taking eggs doesn't kill the chicken, right? It sure does. It sure does. And I think that this is a myth that a lot of people believe. So let's find out. I'm not going to click through and watch this. even though it's by the person who made Dairy is Scary, which is a great video as well. I just, we're probably mostly vegans here. I recommend going to check this out, but I'm not going to be doing that now. But it's cool to know that this video also exists in egg form and not just for dairy. Oh, okay. From Louis, we've got, here's a way to phonetically say that challenging word from before. All right, I'm going to try. Atherosclerosis. Okay, thank you. I'm going to try, but I'll probably fumble it again. It's just one of those that's not clicking for me, but time will tell. All right. There is a common misconception that free-range eggs involve hens roaming outside, happy and free. Yet the reality is that free-range hens are actually kept in vast sheds with potentially thousands of other birds, few of which ever see daylight. Free-range might mean cage-free, but EU legislation stipulates that as many as 9 birds can occupy 1 meter of floor space. Provided that the bird-to-floor ratio is met, these laws do not stop chickens being stacked tier upon tier. They must be given some kind of outside access, but in such confined spaces, only a few birds are able to ever actually make it outside. Yeah, I guess that this is one of those ways that the egg industry and just the animal agriculture industry in general is incredibly devious, where they say some kind of outside access, because of course, just because there is access doesn't mean that they can actually access it. Definitely not all of them, in the way that, you know, they've just described, that only a few birds are only ever able to make it outside. Standard free-range practice is to cut off a large portion of each hen's beak with a hot blade without the use of painkillers so that hens in close confinement don't peck each other. A hen's beak is very sensitive, akin to a human's fingertips. I did not know that. I really did not know that. That's incredibly sensitive. I guess, like, I was kind of misguided and I thought of it as more like a fingernail. Wow. All right. Research suggests that beak trimming leads to both acute and chronic pain with symptoms similar to those of human amputees who suffer from phantom limb pain. Oh. All commercial hens are sent to slaughter after around 1 year's egg production, despite having a natural lifespan of 7 years. They mostly end up in processed meats, typically pet food. Okay, interesting. Because, yeah, I was kind of wondering, because I know that they're not the breed of chicken who is bred for their flesh. So I guess it was a little bit of a mystery for me until now what they actually do with these slaughtered animals. And so it sounds like, yeah, processed meat, typically pet food. All right. Breeders, the hens required to produce the next generation of egg layers, are similarly slaughtered after 1 year due to exhaustion. Lastly, you should know that 95% of US eggs come from caged hens. Such statistics are similar in other countries, and 20,000 hens in one barn still counts as free range, which is obviously ridiculous. So even if free range was truly what we hoped it would be, it still unfortunately wouldn't matter much based on the numbers above. Yeah. So this is like another frustrating misconception when I talk to people about it. You know, they think like, oh, well, I only buy from like local farms or free range, and it's just like statistically very unlikely that they do that, and we know that it's wrong anyways, no matter where the chickens come from. Animals should not be used as like a means to an end. So it's wrong no matter what, but like this false story that people tell themselves to feel better about the exploitation that they still do participate in is always ridiculous. Like, do you never go to a restaurant? I mean, restaurants are, unless they're like very specific types of restaurants, they're usually very profit oriented. So I highly, highly, highly doubt that they're using anything close to something resembling not the very worst kind of factory farmed eggs, which again, there's no such thing as a good egg. Those eggs are never for people, and we should not be breeding chickens to be laying eggs like this anyways. But even the people who like labor under this delusion are just like ridiculous on so many levels. Okay, sip of water. All right. Hello, Evan. Evan Boyer. Hey there. Why do you think someone might go through this boot camp? Who do you think the intended audience is? That's a great question. I think that this kind of boot camp is for people who are new to veganism or they would like to go vegan. So I think that like a use case for it could be like if you have it on a card for outreach and you like hand it to somebody, you say like, hey, check out this website. You can like learn about veganism. It'll like provide you with some, like, I think there are a few recipes maybe that have been linked in the previous ones. We'll see if there's anything at the end of the egg one as well. But I think it's just supposed to be, I mean, it's definitely just supposed to be like a basic primer on veganism, and I think help people who are transitioning or curious. So yeah, that's kind of who I think the intended audience is. I do think it could do this in a better way, and it is honestly a lot of material, and I think somebody would have to be incredibly self-motivated to go through it in this form. I think that most people don't really like to read, which is why documentaries like Dominion are so important, and why I think people usually recommend videos and documentaries over something like this. But I am checking it out just to see if it is potentially a source, but especially considering how long the dairy section was, I don't feel like the average non-vegan person is going to be like engaged enough with this. So yeah, I do think that it's a bit of a tricky, I say that word a lot for some reason, it's a bit of a challenging one, because I do think it's a good resource and the intention is very good, but I do wonder if there are, I don't know. I don't want to say anything negative because I think it's a great resource, but yeah, remains to be seen. I haven't really ever spoken with somebody. When you put like vegan bootcamp into a browser, into Google, it does pull up a Reddit post of somebody, like I clicked on it a while ago, I think, but the title is basically, I'm only 5% into vegan bootcamp and I'm a mess. So it does seem like some people do it. There are also these like messaging boards that are available within the actual website. I can pull one of those up later. Where people are like should theoretically be able to talk about what they've been learning in boot camp, but those aren't super active. So I think there's definitely some things that could be improved about the website in the process as well. And from Louis again, we've got one of your subscribers, Renzo, who said hello early on in the live stream, has a great new animal rights channel for kids called, Guido's Kids. Please correct me on pronunciation. After this stream, please check it out. Great content. It's animal rights messaging for kids. That's incredible. I will definitely be checking that out. I'm personally very bad at talking to children, so I think that it's great that there is something out there for kids that will, expose them to these things early on, because I think that that's like, there are a lot of really empathetic kids, and I think that empowering them with this knowledge, I know that could have really helped me and some other people who I know. So I think that's amazing, and I'm really looking forward to checking it out. All right. Battery and enriched cages. Battery farms consist of huge windowless sheds housing thousands of hens who are crammed 4 or 5 at a time into small wire cages stacked on top of each other in rows. Each hen may have as little as 430 centimeters square of space, too small to spread even one wing. Battery farms exist across the world, and the majority of egg-laying hens in the US are battery, despite bans in some states. All right, so the majority of egg-laying hens in the US are battery. Okay, so I'm gonna read over this again, because I think that I'm a little bit fuzzy on what battery farms actually means. Like, I know it's like very dense. So it's windowless sheds housing thousands of hens who are crammed. So it's basically just like a big windowless shed with thousands of chickens crammed like in stacks in small wire cages. Okay. So it's like nothing even close to resembling this, like, the very, very low bar of what is considered like free range. So it's just like extra exploitative. All right. In the EU, barren battery cages are banned in favor of enriched cages, though those only provide 600 centimeters squared of usable space, less than an A4 size of paper. How is that supposed to help anything? Okay. Meanwhile, some farms have been known to break the ban and still use the older, smaller cages. How you get smaller than an A4 size of paper is beyond me. Maybe just find something to eat that's not a goddamn egg and leave the chickens alone. All right. Whether free-range or factory-farmed, male chicks are of no use for egg or meat production and are killed almost immediately after hatching. They are either thrown into an industrial grinder, macerator, while still alive, or gassed to death, the preferable method in the UK. This was, like, I think it's pretty early on in Dominion, and I just remember, like, all the tiny cheeps, and that was just, like, beyond heartbreaking. It's always amazing, like, how few people know about what happens to the baby male chicks. It's really pretty devastating how undereducated the masses have managed to remain. The effect on the animals. Let's carry on. Chickens are intelligent, inquisitive animals, but under farmed conditions, they are unable to perform any of their natural behaviors like dust bathing or building a nest, feeding, or foraging. The confined, packed-out conditions have serious implications for their physical and mental health. Broken bones, osteoporosis, and malignant tumors are common, as are stress-induced abnormal behaviors. Lack of exercise also causes some hens' bodies to degenerate. Even in the ultimately rare small-scale production systems, hens are still treated as commodities, exactly, with no say over the use of their bodies. Keeping rescued egg-laying hens in your backyard is one way to help these animals, but taking their eggs for your own consumption is not. Some hens mourn the loss of their eggs, while many eat their own unfertilized eggs as a way to take back the nutrients contained within them. Even if this was not the case, what is important is that other animals are not ours to use in any way. Exactly. So that was originally written by the Vegan Society. Visit the source by clicking here. If you study chickens for any period of time, you'll discover that they're intensely social creatures who care for their young, take care of one another, and roost together. Many people have backyard coops in which they keep beloved chickens as pets. These animals receive the same care as other pets like cats and dogs. Humans can form bonds with chickens and the other way around. Indeed, many people who raise chickens as pets do not collect their eggs, but to have loyal companions. These animals have their own unique personalities that distinguish each individual from the collective. There are lots of debates about the merits and moral issues surrounding keeping livestock as pets. I don't like the word livestock, but I feel like that could have been written differently. However, caring for birds in your backyard is far preferable to egg farming in unclean, abusive environments. Well, they're probably not saying this, but it almost sounds like they're saying that, like, caring for birds makes, like, taking their eggs in that situation more preferable to the, like, industrial egg farming, but we know that that would not be the case because they just said so up here. So I feel like that wording could be cleaned up a little bit. All right, taking action, taking a stance. If you want to help stop egg farming, campaign against it. Refuse to buy eggs, inform your social circle about these animals' plights, and join animal rights groups to help lobby politicians and expose egg farming for what it really is. It's easy to put your hand over your ears and turn a blind eye to what's really going on at egg farms, but the humane thing to do is embrace it. Realize that it's a broken industry, one that was broken from the beginning, and that egg farming contributes just as much to animal suffering as poultry farming, dairy farming, and similar enterprises. Don't break any laws such as trespassing, but speak up when you witness animal abuse. Let the authorities know, inform your community, and make sure that lawbreakers get investigated. Finally, use the internet to amplify your voice. Share this article on social media, post about your lifestyle as a vegetarian or vegan, and encourage your social circle to educate themselves on egg farming. Who knows, you might save thousands of chickens by convincing people to stop buying eggs. I do think that this part is really important. Telling people about what they're doing when they're consuming animal products is uncomfortable, but also important because a lot of people just don't know. And I really wish that I had known, and I would have appreciated somebody telling me. Like, that's how I approach a lot of my activism, a lot of my videos, the outreach, is just like, what do I wish that I had known? How do I wish somebody had approached me? So I think that this is a really important part. So remember, we're about to finish. Egg farming continues to flourish only because profits exist. If we cut the profits, we solve the problem. Source. Okay, next lesson. Let's see. We still have, okay. So our backyard chickens ethical. This is a pretty short one though, and then quick overview. We'll see what that's like. All right. Are backyard chickens ethical? All right, let me check over here. Respect chickens from Louis. There are only direct link to dinosaurs. That is cool, and that is something that I do think about sometimes. Chickens are a very cool animal. All right, this question comes up a lot. It sure does. If someone has backyard chickens, the chickens are usually taken care of well. Wouldn't it be a waste to let the eggs rot instead of people eating them? One should first consider the energy and nutrients that the chicken put into the eggs. We explained that chickens have been bred to lay 300 eggs a year. I actually don't think that they explained this. Well, they would normally lay 12 to 20 eggs a year. By laying so many eggs, the chickens suffer from malnutrition. Instead of eating the eggs yourself, give the eggs back to the chickens with a hole in them to show that no chick is growing inside. That way, they will eat the egg and gain the nutrients back. On top of that, leaving the eggs has another purpose. When the chickens' nests are full, they start laying less eggs. Oh, that actually makes a lot of sense. Keeping the eggs in their nests actually reduces their suffering. There's also the case of what qualifies as waste. It is a waste to leave the egg of a wild... is it a waste to leave the egg of a wild bird be instead of eating it? Would it be a waste to let a wild animal rot on the road instead of eating it? The only reason we think letting eggs rot is a waste is because we are conditioned to think of eggs as food, and that wasting food is bad. But if we don't consider eggs food, then we wouldn't see rotting eggs as waste. So even if chickens won't eat their eggs and their suffering isn't reduced when leaving eggs in nests, it still doesn't make sense to classify rotting eggs as waste. Oh, did it not? The real thing is saying, wait, where are you reading from? I don't think we're on that screen. Let's see if it catches up. Oh yeah, I guess it does look like it didn't switch over. Hang on, let me switch screens for a second. Thank you very much. And if we go back to, oh yeah, it actually doesn't seem to be working. Okay, thank you very much for pointing that out, the real thing. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the refresh button here, but I don't see why that would make a difference. No, indeed, it did not make a difference. Okay, so I'm gonna switch over here and then see what I can do. Alright. Alright, let's see if Sorry about that. Thank you for pointing it out. Okay. What if we switch really quickly? That's a real bummer. Okay. Nothing gets past your beady eyes. Well, I appreciate it very much because, honestly, we made it farther than I expected, without technical difficulty. So, wow, that's very frustrating that that's just frozen. All right, so let's just go ahead and I'm gonna try and add the input again. Okay, let's see. We're going to try to add. And we're going to add another screen capture. Okay. Oh shoot. Okay. Good luck with that. One moment. And we're going to go Safari. It seems to not have updated despite an entirely new input. I'm unfortunately not not sure at this point what to do about this, other than, you know, the fact that we're very, very close to the end, and we might just have to bear through it, and then we'll be switching over to Stardew Valley. So I'm sorry about that. Thank you for pointing it out, but this is, I guess, the best I can do, and I'll try and troubleshoot that for next time. But I can't say I understand that whatsoever. I'm also gonna put my hair up really quickly. It is getting too hot in here. Here we go. All right, so sorry for the technical difficulty. We're just gonna finish reading this out. All right, so doesn't make sense to classify rotting eggs as waste. Agreed. Lastly, let's consider the ideal 50-50 ratio of hens and roosters. While many people have backyard hens, Silas, I tried the new scene. I started it from scratch, and it did not do it. I guess I could try here. The Safari. Yeah, it just seems to be straight up broken, tragically. Okay, well, we'll stick with this for now. So, in short, no backyard chickens. Okay, sorry. At most, they have one rooster among multiple hens, which is still not a 50-50 ratio. What happens to the roosters if people don't buy them? As discussed in part 1, they are killed. That does not seem ethical. All right. So it says next lesson. Let's see. All right, so this is just, I know you can't see it, and I'm sorry for that. It's just like, oh man, how frustrating can that possibly be? Yeah, I mean, it's even updating the name of the window inside of OBS. So I just don't know what to do about that. Sincerest apologies. All right. So this is just like an overview that I think we might just skip over this because we just went over all of the health stuff. So it's just like a little summary of the health stuff. So, and then I'm just going to quickly read the vegan egg substitution guide. If you want to replace eggs in a dish like quiche or an omelet, it's actually quite easy. You can just substitute in tofu in most cases. Add some turmeric and the tofu will even get a yellowish egg-like color. Chickpea flour also works great, especially for omelets. Hang on. Yep, still not updating. Okay. When it comes to vegan baking, though, replacing eggs can be a bit trickier. Click here to learn about the role of eggs in baking and the best vegan alternatives for baking. Just like how you can now explore different tastes and textures with plant milks, you can use a chart below and find out what works best for you in your recipes. Personally, we love replacing eggs with bananas for pancakes. And then it's got like this little chart, but it's relatively easy to Google. Replacements and stuff. I really like just egg if I'm really splurging a little bit. But also I'm a very frequent consumer of tofu scrambles, and for baking I pretty much always use flaxseed, but there's also like a powdered egg replacer that apparently works pretty well for box stuff. All right, from Louie, what part of the US are you in? Here in the New York City area, it's a scorcher with the real feel about 100 Fahrenheit. I'm in the Northwest, West Coast, so opposite, and it's not nearly that hot, but it is certainly not cool. And with no air conditioning, it gets toasty very quickly. All right, so more info about eggs. Here's an incredible resource for everything you need to know about eggs, how they're produced. Okay, so there is a PDF, so I am going to open that. And I'm sorry that you can't see it. I don't know. I've done what I can. Oh, so this is long. This is like a whole brochure. It sounds like most of what we covered. So that's kind of nice. It's from Viva, that same company who did like the earlier stuff. All right, so we're just gonna hit next. What is this? So it's giving me Cosmic Skeptics, a video for a meat eater's case for veganism. All right, this is getting a little bit, I can imagine this is not great content because you can't see. All right, so the egg quiz. All right, I'll do this very quickly, but for completion, we're gonna get through it. Can backyard chickens be part of a vegan lifestyle? One option, yes, because our owners take good care of them. No. Yes, as long as you have one rooster for every hen you own. No. C, no, because roosters are killed and hens get malnourished from laying eggs. I think it's C. We're gonna go with C. What happens to chickens in the egg industry? Select all that apply. A, their beaks are burned off. Correct. Male chicks are ground up alive. Selecting that one. And then their legs are cut off to prevent them from walking. No, they have not gone that far, but I wouldn't put it past them. There's like that one guy who proposed like breeding animals that don't have brains, which is like absurd. But they haven't gone that far yet. Which of the following are true of eggs? Select all that apply. They are better than sugary cereal as breakfast. Incorrect, as long as the sugary cereal is not, doesn't contain any products of exploitation, like, honey, or, even worse, or not even worse, but also terrible, served with cow's milk, which I don't know why anybody at all is doing that anymore. B, they have high amounts of cholesterol and unsaturated fat. Okay, that is true. And saturated fat, my bad. And they contain vitamins. Surely that's technically true. All right. We'll do it. Sure. Okay. Chickens in the egg industry lay 300 eggs in a year. Is this healthy? No. This is not healthy. They typically lay 12 to 20 eggs, so laying 300 eggs leads to malnourishment. That is the correct answer. What should someone do with eggs from backyard chickens? Eat them because they would otherwise be wasted? No. Throw them away because they are a waste? That's weird, but no, we just learned we don't want to throw them away. We can give them back to the chickens so they can absorb the nutrients back. Here we go. Let's see how we did. All right. Congratulations. We have completed eggs. I feel like that wording could use some work too. You've completed eggs. Now it's time to take action. Okay. Ditch the eggs, remove all egg products from your diet, and while you do that, let's try making a tofu scramble. Here's a link to a recipe. Follow this recipe. Or Google a similar vegan tofu scramble recipe and enjoy. Okay, sorry, I got distracted because like a picture just loaded to the left here that again you can't see, for which I apologize. But it's like seems to be a chick being like pet on a keyboard. All right, so done. Complete this course. All right, so that was another long one. Thank you for joining me for that. It was like an hour and 13 minutes almost, it looks like. And so it looks like next time we're gonna have honey, and I can only hope that one is shorter because that's a lot on my voice. And I also think that, again, this is a lot to ask of people. All right, let me check back in. All right, so the real thing, we had a couple of 90 degree Fahrenheit days here in the UK this week. You gotta experience it to realize how hot that is here. I've heard from people who live in hotter places that our sun burns far worse. Interesting. All right, and then Ragsy, as long as you thank the animal before doing the exploitation. We all know that that's not correct, but some people do seem to think that that's acceptable, which is obviously ridiculous. And then from Louis again, if you haven't tried it yet, consider what I do for a yummy scramble. Mix extra firm tofu, mashed, fine, scrambled with just egg. That does sound terrific. Thank you for the tip. I have not tried that yet. All right, and that's very hot for you guys. All right. Yeah, it is definitely getting hot for people all over. So same here. So I've got a fan over here. I hope that that hasn't been too loud. And then my very cold water here, which has been helping. But I'm actually doing okay. All right, so now I'm thinking it's time to switch over to Stardew Valley, which is the other series that I started on my channel a long time ago. It was actually one of the first ideas that I had for the channel because I just thought it could be fun. I was playing Stardew Valley pretty regularly at the time, and I thought it would be fun to do just like a veganized version because there are so many people who stream and play games who are not vegan, and I thought, like we might as well add another vegan voice to that, and it's also just fun to do a bit of relaxing and game playing. So now, while here, I'm gonna switch us over to this. Okay, let me know if you can see this. Can you let me know if the screen has gone black except for my face? That would be very helpful. That way I can figure out what exactly is stuck. And I'm gonna boot up Stardew Valley. No, not OBS again. Okay, what's it called? Steam, that's what I'm looking for. Alright, Ragsy, thank you for letting me know that it is all black, which means that it is probably working. Fantastic. Oh shoot, I've just accidentally hit play on another video. There we go. And here we go. Booting up Steam so we can get back into Stardew Valley. So I think I only did 3 or 4 of these, and it's been like quite a while since the last one, so I actually have no idea where I'm leaving off. But we'll see. I'm excited to get back to it because it is a fun game and I was enjoying playing it. So all right. Oh shoot, no, not that. Alright, so we are getting that booted up, and I hope everybody is doing well. Thanks again for being here. Feel free and let me know how you're doing, what you're up to today, if you've eaten anything good lately. And if you haven't seen it yet, feel free and check out my most recent video, which was an antinatalist outreach video from a couple of months ago, in which I spoke with a very, oh hang on, here we go. You can get Stardew Valley pulled up, with a very passionate Marxist PhD student. And I thought it was pretty interesting. It was very long, but I think that we learned a lot from I mean, I want to say we learned a lot from each other, but it was more that I think we both had a lot to say. And people seem to be finding it interesting, which I'm glad. Hang on, this is too loud. But let me switch over here. All right. Oh, goodness. Shoot, okay. Let me see. Okay. Let me see. Okay. You probably can't hear Stardew Valley, huh? Alright. Sorry, another technical difficulty has arisen. Audio is good, much loud. Okay, yeah, my apologies. Let me just try and fix that really quickly. And okay, it has stopped now. Okay. Alright, once we get in the game, we'll see how it feels. Oh, I clicked new. Alright, also my voice is starting to go a little bit. Load, that's the correct button. Here we go. Alright, welcome back to the Stardew Valley series. Like I said, I have no idea where we left off, and I'm pretty sure I've forgotten a lot of the controls as well. But I think it's still going to be fun. I'm looking forward to getting back into it, and yeah, we're just going to have a bit of chill gaming time and see where we can get. that sounding all right? I'm just gonna bring all the audio down here. Oh, I could have just done that over here as well. Oh my goodness, ridiculous. All right, thank you for bearing with me. Like I said, I'm totally new. Here we go. I just needed to do it in OBS. Thank you. Better? Okay, thank you very much. Okay. All right. Now we're back in it. Thank you for bearing with me. Welcome back to the Stardew Valley series. It's been gone for a while. I'm excited to get back into it. And all right, good. I'm seeing that it's all better. Thank you for being back and bearing with the long gap in this, but I'm excited to get back into it. All right, so now that I've succeeded in fixing that, let's get into it. Let us check what is on the television. Let's see what the fortune teller has to say. All right, I sense that a new viewer has joined us, a young lady from Stardew Valley. Welcome, welcome. The spirits are very displeased today. They will do their best to make your life difficult. Okay, all right, not good. I won't be collecting any rocks or geodes or anything of the like today. Oh, Marnie's here. Hello, Tofu Dog. You see this cat here? I sure do. All right, I found it. You found them. Thank you very much. Sitting outside the entrance to my farm, to your farm. I think it's a stray. I think they're a stray, Marnie. Pull it together. Poor little thing. All right, I think it's so much with the it. I've just been noticing that so much more lately. Okay, I think they like this place. Hey, don't you think this farm could use a good cat? I will adopt this cat. Miso. Oh my gosh, what are we gonna name the cat? Huh. Let's see. What can we name this cat? We could name the cat Tofu Cat. Oh wait, it's not working. Oh, here we go. Tofu Cat. I think that's only perfectly appropriate for this channel. And it was pointed out to me that it was a bit silly of me to choose cat in the intro when I was doing the character creation, because cats are much more challenging to feed plant-based diets. It is of course possible, but a lot less common. So it would have made a lot more sense to choose a dog in this vegan playthrough of Stardew Valley. But alas, it is what it is, and now in our fantasy version of the game, this cat is a plant-based dieting cat. All right, well, little Tofu Cat, you be a good kitty now, okay? All right, here we go. I think I need to do a bit of rearranging here. Okay, cats rule, dogs drool from Louis. Okay, I don't know. I think they're all pretty cool. Okay, we seem to be stuck on a bit of a, oh, here we go. From It's Sage, name it Sage. I've already named them Tofu Cat. But thank you for your silly and perhaps self-motivated suggestion. All right, we've got a letter. I just got the We've Just Got a Letter song from Blue's Clues stuck in my head. All right, dear Tofu Dog, tomorrow we're holding the Easter Egg Festival in the town square. You should arrive between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. if you'd like to attend. You wouldn't want to miss the annual egg hunt. Okay, so that's tomorrow, Egg Festival, to 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. All right, I wouldn't want to miss the annual egg hunt. Okay, so that's actually interesting, because I think that, like, for egg hunts, like, eggs can be, like, symbolic, right? It could just be a symbol of an egg. And I think that, like, well, with it's, you know, Easter egg hunting, which I think is what this festival is about. It's got to be an Easter festival. I think that it's always plastic eggs that is like a part of an Easter egg hunt. So I think that it's not like inherently like problematic. I think that it's, but you can let me know what you think. Like, I am genuinely curious. I think that the egg festival will not actually involve real eggs, but I'm open to being persuaded. Because all the eggs that I ever hunted for as a child and that I'm familiar with are like those plastic eggs that you would like hide stuff in, usually candy or like little toys or stuff like that. So, oh, hey, I didn't even notice those are ready to be harvested. Okay, awesome. Oops. I watered that. All right. Okay, so are people saying skip? Wait, what do you mean you couldn't play this game vegan? I'm curious. Egg hunt? Yeah, I know. That's what I'm not sure. I think that we might be coming out in favor of skipping the egg hunt. So yeah, please feel free to continue to to let me know your thoughts. Okay. Let's see. And I think that the move is going to be to just like immediately sell these potatoes, because honestly it's been a long time. I have absolutely no recollection of the strategy that people use. And this is not supposed to be a strategy-oriented playthrough. This is just for good times. Alright, so that is where the cursed fishing rod is. I guess just a regular, terrible fishing rod, due to the fact that it's a fishing rod. There's a baguette in here, and over here. Okay, alright, we've got a silver potato. I'm gonna add the gold potato for that like farmers competition that I think is coming up, and then I'm also gonna add this silver wild horseradish. I'm gonna sell the potatoes, and I might keep the leeks for eating purposes. Just egg hunt. Wait, so Massilia 111, it triggers you? I'm like, just the fact that it's eggs, is that what triggers you? I'm curious to hear more. And then from Olawali Blue Vegan, you hated that you couldn't play the game vegan. I'm still curious, like in what ways were you not able to play vegan? Like, were you just like getting stuck, or was there just like, you know, not enough to be done? There's our lone oyster in the rescue chest. The one that I accidentally picked up pretty early on in the game. They live here now. It's a sanctuary, okay? It's the best that we've got at this point. Okay, potatoes are going in the bin. Alright, and I think we should head into town and buy more potato seeds. I wanted to just grow plants and sell them, but they made me talk to people and try to engage in animal agriculture. Okay, yeah, that's valid. I think I can definitely see how that goes, and we're gonna see. That's part of what this is about, is I just was curious how that would go. Alright, we found some stone. I think this is update stuff. Like, these people have like speech bubbles now. Hang on. The food at Joja Mart might not be the healthiest for my family, but with such low prices, you'd be crazy to shop anywhere else. Alright, sounds like your priorities are a little bit screwed up, but I don't know. It's no judgment. People do what they can. Oh, wrong button. I'm also not gonna raid that trash can right now while there are people here. Okay. Alright, so they take 6 days to mature and we're on day 12, so I think that's still plenty of time. Okay. Let's grab a bunch of those. You know what? Yeah, I don't have any better ideas, so we're just gonna get these potatoes. Perfect. 13? No, that's bad. 14. Great. Oh, there's Harvey. Here's the mayor. Say hi. Alright, Lewis says, I hope things are going well on Vegans Only Farm. I'd hate to see it all dried up. Okay, that felt ominous and a little judgmental, but I'll let it slide. All right, so I think that the plan for this day is going to be plant the potatoes and then like get a little bit of a game plan going, I think. All right. Oh, I should also check the birthday calendar. That's in town though. I was just there. Okay, I have one potato. I guess it's literally just a potato left. It's not a seed, I think. Okay, and that is gonna go there. And now we're gonna refill our watering can and get to watering. I was gonna do it of foraging, but I guess because the spirits are very unhappy with us today, that's gonna be a bad call. I don't think we're gonna find much. Alright, let me check back in. Silas egg hunt. Oh, those are that's true. It has the word hunt in it. That's hilarious. Alright, and then potatoes have eyes. Are you sure it's compatible with veganism to eat someone with eyes? You're raising some interesting points, but I think that potatoes are fine to eat as food. I don't think they meet the sentience criteria. So we're gonna go ahead with the potatoes, but thank you for your concern. All right, and then, so to finish the game, you have to own cows and ducks and sheep and milk them and stuff, and you have to catch fish. Yes, that is true, and yeah, I think there are also mods for that. I'm kind of torn on whether I want to install the mods. First of all, that's like a little bit out of my like technology abilities, but I might do it. Oh no, look at that empty spot. What have I done? And then there's one potato up there, great. I'm especially interested in the mod that turns the horse into a bicycle, just because like this walking speed is pretty insufferable. So we'll see about that. And then I think that you can actually also finish the game if you sell out to the Joja Corporation. So there's like one point in the game where you can do that, and I think that that technically allows you to yeah, like I said, sort of just like complete the game and reach like the end game stuff without the animal exploitation. Okay, so I'm feeling like the thing to do is going to be to chop down some trees. All right. The real thing. I watched some carny farmstead person claim potatoes are giving people diabetes and losing them limbs and making people blind. Crazy thinking. Yes, that is crazy thinking. Potatoes, as far as I know, are very healthy. Depending, of course, what you do to them, but inherently pretty healthy. All right, and then from Louis, I'm not a gamer, but there's an AR game in development soon to be released. It's about rescuing animals. Have you heard of it? I don't remember the name, but it's designed by a vegan strongman. I have not heard of that, and that does sound pretty interesting. Thank you for letting me know, and I will try to remember to look into that. Yeah, I think that it's cool whenever we're able to get like a vegan version of a previously non-vegan version of a thing. All right. Oh, first of all, from Fjord Rig, potatoes, boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being here. And yes, potatoes are incredibly versatile. I think probably one of, if not the most beloved vegetable. How could they not be? And then from Massilia111, no, I meant the overuse of the term ate for animals. 100% agree. It is one of those things when you notice it, you can't stop noticing it, and it just is so frustrating because most people already don't do this for animals that they know. A lot of people even like default to the like he or she pronoun for animals who they don't know, like if they meet somebody's dog on the street or you know, any animal who they come like face to face with, they'll almost never refer to them as, you know, an it unless it's like an animal who they perceive to be like for their consumption. So it's one of those things that, yeah, it makes me want to just like bang my head into a wall that people are so inconsistent with it. Okay. Here we go. Okay, Okay, energy's getting low. And if anybody has Stardew Valley tips, I am so open to them. Like I said, I'm a gamer noob. And I've only ever played this game co-op version, so I had somebody else's guidance. So feel free and chime in if you have any ideas for what I could be doing better with my time. Or don't, and we can just go with the flow. Let's just sort everything away for now. Wait, my house is over here. Yes, correct. Let's just get rid of that there. Add some things to our chest. Nope, not that one. That's just the cursed fishing rod chest. Maybe I should even throw that away. There's that. So fiber, I think, would probably go here too. Fiber, wood. Let me just see if there's anything over here. Nope, that's still just bread. And over here is more like plant materials, but the fiber is here. Oh, the wood was also over here. All right, I'm gonna fix that situation. I'm gonna still hold on to the leeks. Oh, that's a stupid fishing rod. Okay, are we in favor of throwing just the fishing rod into the trash? Just straight up? Let me know. Because this feels like a waste of a chest, frankly. All right, back here. Grabbing the wood and the fiber. And now we're gonna go over here. God damn it, that's still the bread box. Okay. We're gonna call that a day. Tree murderer, I know. I'm sorry. We gotta do something. All right, level 2 farming. +1 watering can proficiency, +1 hoe proficiency, new crafting recipe, stone fence, mayonnaise machine, no thank you, maybe veganese machine, that would be a yes please, and then crafting recipe, sprinkler. Okay. All right, level 3 foraging, +1 axe proficiency, cookout kit, okay, and then new recipe for moss soup, which respectfully sounds disgusting. So probably gonna pass on that one. But we did make 1,600 gold today. So that's pretty cool. Here we go. All right. New day. Let's drink the fortune again. All right, welcome back to Welwick's Oracle. If you seek hidden knowledge of the future, well, you've come to the right place. Cool. The spirits are in good humor today. I think you'll have a little extra luck. Excuse me. Okay, perfect. A little extra luck. We like to hear that. I'm gonna be cracking some rocks open today. But first, we're gonna water. The age-old story of Stardew Valley. You know what? Let's just look really quickly. Oh gosh, which button is the menu button? It's not T. Oh my gosh, I can write stuff? How do I... What on earth? Okay. That is a new feature to me. Maybe that's like a 1.6 update thing. Cauliflower is coming along nicely. There was another potato down there. Let's water the beans. Oh, water's empty. Maybe I should look into tool upgrades, because having a better watering can would be better. I'm also curious about the sprinkler recipe, because I feel like that could be pretty cool. So today is the egg hunt, I guess, which I think we might just, we could pass on the egg hunt. That is kind of feeling like maybe the thing to do. Because I don't think realistically the festival is a give eggs back to chickens festival. which is like really topical actually. It's just now occurring to me how topical that was based on the vegan bootcamp stuff that we just went through, which is a little bit ridiculous. But alas. Alright, so we're heading into town. I'm gonna check on the cost of that backpack upgrade first of all, and then also check on the tools upgrade. Oh no, we're gonna pass through the egg festival. And I'm also, first I'm gonna grab that flower up there. Oh, you know, I will check the shop. Lawn flamingo, oh, tempting. Plush bunny, actually also tempting, but all of my money, which would be like objectively a pretty bad financial choice. Oh, strawberry seeds. Oh, I've actually heard that that's the thing to do. Decorative pitchfork. Pastel banner, colorful set of wall art, seasonal plants, strawberry seeds. I feel like I'm remembering something about strawberry seeds being the thing to buy at the egg festival. You know what? We're gonna do it. We're simply gonna do it, but then I think that we have to wait until next year. Okay, I'm gonna do it anyways. I'm gonna buy 5. Yep, there we go. Okay. Onwards. Alright, let's talk to Linus. No one really talks to me. I just come for the deviled eggs. Curse you, Linus. Well, I'm sorry that no one talks to you, but maybe because you're an egg eater. Filthy egg eater. Abby's always loved the egg hunt ever since she was a tiny girl. Okay, I'm standing by the fact that I think an egg hunt is not inherently non-vegan because they're plastic eggs just with like candy inside. But that's not to risk it, I suppose. Hey, can I stand on this thing? I can. Wait, no I can't. Not quite. That's too bad. That would have been funny. Nope. Alright, that's not happening. Wait, store is up. Oh, it's probably closed because it's the egg festival. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, it's literally closed. Wow, that's just like real life. When your normal activities get completely wrecked by something like a festival. No. We're gonna skip that. Oh my gosh, they've even barred me from the rest of the town. Wow. Alright, I guess that what we're gonna do now is we're gonna head back to the farm and we're gonna break open some rocks. First, we're gonna look at this trash can. Which we can't, because it's the egg festival. Oh my gosh. I can't go this way either? Wow. I have to go home the regular way. Alright. No, I can no longer. I had like half a second. Okay, the egg festival will end. Good. I had like half a second of consideration where I thought like maybe I should. Okay, sorry, I hit the wrong button. Where I thought like maybe I should spend $2,000 on that plush pink bunny, just because I thought that would be a really cute thing to have in the house. But then I thought that's probably irresponsible. Wow, now it's 10:10 p.m. Curse the egg festival. Fine. Okay. Nothing to add here. I'm gonna sell that single potato. Okay. And I'm also gonna put, oh my god, not the freaking bread box again. Okay. Strawberry seeds, I guess, can go with all the foraged. No, that doesn't make sense. They're gonna go with the bread. And I can't explain myself for that choice, but I do think it's the way to go. Dandelion I'm gonna add there, and I'm still gonna hold on to the leeks, and I still have full energy. Let's do some tree murdering while we still can. Wait, what's this? Fiber, okay. Fiber, the thing that most Americans don't get enough of. But they don't even know it. How sad is that? Here we go. We got a couple more trees in us. Oh no, I killed a butterfly house. I'm sorry, that always makes me feel bad. I'm sorry, I hope you find a new home. I apologize for what I've done. Korean or Japanese sweet potatoes are much, much, much tastier and better texture than regular sweet potatoes. Definitely agree. I think that like it's a common misconception, or maybe it's just something that I thought at one point, but like what Americans or most people who I know think of as sweet potatoes are actually called yams, and that sweet potatoes actually are like white inside and they usually have like that purple outside. And I actually did eat one time in Japan. They were like selling it. I think it's maybe it's a relatively common street food. I can't remember now. And it was so good. It was really just like a plain baked potato, and it was delicious. So yeah, definitely agree, and I definitely recommend. Okay. All right, I know it's late, don't worry. All right, heading to bed. Hopefully tomorrow will be a little bit more productive of a day. Aw, the kitty's on the bed. That's very cute. All right, go to sleep for the night? Yes. All right, we made 80 gold. Nice. Okay, yeah, so I think that the tricky thing with the strawberry seeds is that you can't actually plant them the same year, because like after the egg festival happens, you no longer have enough days in the month, and all of your crops die when the month changes over. So I am not going to be planting those strawberry seeds, but I will be holding on to them for next year, because I think they're very valuable crops. Alright, we'll do our daily watering. Oh no, it was a day of good fortune and I didn't even get to break open any rocks because of the goddamn egg festival. Alright, my inventory is full, so I will not harvest the cauliflower now. Here we go. Here we go. Michael says you should check out Little Witch in the Woods. Similar vibes. All right, good to know. I will check it out. I'm thinking of making like these game streams somewhat regular if there's interest for that, because I do enjoy it. And I'm definitely open to branching out to other games as well. I've played quite a bit of Stardew Valley, so trying something new could be also a good idea. And also just fun, because I'm not much of a gamer in my spare time. So yeah, let me know if there's any games that you would like to see. I am more than open to trying them out, and also, yeah. Oh gosh, fishing rod. I'm gonna need to start like actually paying attention when I open these so I don't just frustrate myself endlessly by opening the wrong chests. There we go. Now we're gonna grab the cauliflower, and I think we're gonna sell. No, I should keep one actually for safety for the farm festival. Not this one. Yes, this one. I guess I'll keep both of them. Tessa has joined us. Hello, Tessa. Thank you for being here. Oh, look at the sleeping cat. They're so cute. I love the way their like neck kind of stretches out. Yeah, that's extremely adorable. overall, just like a very cutely designed little pixel cat. Okay. What was the plan for? Oh yeah, tool upgrades, and then also a bit of rock cracking. Alright, we've got a notice here. Help wanted. I'm looking for Joja Cola to eat in front of the TV. Alright, Joja Cola, as far as I'm concerned, is a thing that you drink. But that's okay. And, ooh, 75 gold on delivery. I'm gonna accept this quest. Even though I might have to go to the Joja Mart. Whatever. I'll accept and we'll see what happens. I don't think anything bad happens if I don't complete the quest. Let's check. Oh, it was 2,000. I had 2,000, but I needed the strawberry seeds, so it's okay. But now we have another goal. Purchase. Okay, not now, because I don't have enough money. And it's the 14th, and I think potatoes takes 6 days, so yeah, I should have enough days. I'm gonna look into it really quickly. I'm gonna check out how many days there are per Stardew Valley month. Per season, I guess. 28 days. Oh yeah, we have plenty of time. We have plenty of time. Oh, maybe we also have time for the strawberries. I'll check that out. 28 days long. Okay, cool. And that is, yeah, so we're only halfway in. Yeah, okay. We'll grab 14. That's a lot of watering. We'll get 8. 10. 10. Yeah, that sounds good. Anything else we want here? No, those trees are so expensive. Okay. I do want some trees in the future, though. Fruit trees sound nice. Alright, back to business. Oh, tool upgrade is this direction. So we're looking at 2,000 for the backpack. And then, yeah, that's it. And then we've got 28 days in this season. That's the museum. Is the blacksmith? No, blacksmith must be further up. Here we go. Let's see. Upgrade tools. Oh, they're also 2,000. Oh, copper trash can. Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing. Maybe that's a new thing. But it says when trashing an item, you reclaim 15% of the value. Interesting. But I don't really trash that much stuff. So we'll see. Well, I mean, I'm definitely not going to buy that now. But it is good to know it's out there. Alright, so pretty much 2,000 for everything. Makes it easy to remember. We've got flutterbys is a better name than butterflies. That is, I think that's, I'm open to that. Alright, sorry if the audio is glitching out a little bit weird. It is on my end, which means it probably is on yours as well. Let's grab this. Do a little round and see if there's an, oh, yep, there we go. Something to take with us. Alright, a little more grass here. Because I'm really hoping for those mixed seeds. Oh, the audio is glitching out worse on my end. I think my computer might not be cut out for this, but we'll see. Let me see. Hang on. Alright, we're just completely, oh, nope. Sorry, it's a bit frozen. Waiting for it to get its shit together. Here we go. Alright, planting the rest of these potato seeds. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna quit a few more applications and hope that that helps. Here we go. Gonna make some more space for new potatoes. Six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Beautiful. Oh, bit of lag. It's okay. From Louie, I mastered several arcade games, but that was decades ago. I'm not sure if I've ever played an arcade game, but I'm curious about which ones you mastered. And do you ever go play them ever? Do you like seek them out, or is it just something that you've like moved on from, I guess, like as they've become less available? I would assume they are. I guess they're kind of hard to find these days. All right, so we've done that. Let's go get some rocks after we empty our inventory. Let's get rid of, we'll keep the horseradish. We'll just eat it real quick. Oh, no, I have to hold it. Here we go. Eat that. Perfect. I'm gonna take that grass with us. Here we go. Nope, up. Alright, so here is where I think, is this like the official quarry, or did I like imagine that I have one of those? Let's do a quick little look. A little look-see. No, it doesn't look like there's anything like that over here. And I'm not seeing it over here. So, I think that the rock quarry on this farm type was perhaps a figment of my imagination. So let's just go down to these rocks down here and hope for the best. Wow, I could have sworn that there was one. We make do. There we go. There we go. Just another boy and his dog asks, are you vegan? Yes, I am vegan. A lot of what I do on this channel is about veganism. That was sort of my main motivation for starting it. Are you vegan? And if you don't know that, I'm curious, how did you find me? Like, how are you here? If you don't mind me asking. All right, I think I'm not having a lot of great luck with these rocks here. I can't get through there. From Fjord Rig, sounds fine here. From Olawali, I like fighting the mines. I don't know if monster killing could be considered vegan though. Yeah, I was having a conversation with a friend about this, and it's like, because like the mines are kind of their territory, it feels a bit like fucked up to go to someone's house, like where they live, and just start killing them. like specifically for a vegan playthrough, so there are mods that address that as well. So again, maybe we'll start considering that depending on how we start feeling about this playthrough as we get a little bit deeper into it. But I do like that as well. I really did enjoy the mines. On my other playthrough, the co-op that I was talking about with my partner, we did do quite a lot of mining, and it can be a very fun aspect of the game. Okay. Energy's low. I checked on my tools. I watered the plants. I'm a little bit frustrated by this like patch of grass here, but I'm also scared to cut it because I feel like I could very easily chop down my crops. But let's do it because I don't like it. It's kind of killing the vibe for me. Oh, there was a cat in there. Hi, kitty. I was kind of wondering why it was so dense that I couldn't get through it. All right, let's try that again. Okay, crops are safe. Perfect. Oh, I should plant the strawberry seeds real quick. All right, we're gonna grab the hoe. We're gonna go out here. And I might actually need another scarecrow at this rate. All right, here, 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 4 and 5. I'm gonna eat a leek. Leeks, famously delicious, raw, and fresh out of the ground. All right, eat that leek. Good, good. Grab the strawberries. Nope, wrong chest. Perfect. Wait, how long did they take? 8 days. And keep producing strawberries after that. Yep, I'm gonna do it. It doesn't matter that we're halfway through. This is the choice that I am making. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. And finally the hoe. And seeds. And now we just gotta water, and then we're good to go. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good, we are in business. All right, 10 p.m. Let us go get a few more trees while we're at it. Get the most out of this day. Okay, I have a feeling you might really like a resources game in the style of immersive virtual reality. I mastered arcade games like Dragon's Lair and Galaga and a couple others. I could play Galaga till the game literally ran out of memory. I have never heard of that one, but it must have been good if you could play it for that long. Here we go. Perfect. Looks like the inventory is not so full. One more. Okay, I don't dare. I'll just get what I have and we'll go to bed. Because I'm very close to passing out and that's maybe not what I want to do today. Oh no, I've got double lag now. I've got computer lag and also tired character lag. Okay, slow and steady. Fjord Rig, I saw your post on Reddit. Keep posting. Okay, cool. Good to know. Thank you very much. And then from Aloy, panic ensues. Wait, what kind of panic? Panic regarding what? Oh, you never heard of Galaga. Dang. Making Louis feel ancient. I'm sorry. If you tried me like with most modern games too though, I honestly, like, I guess maybe I know a little bit more just through like exposure through my friends, but I really am not, I'm not very educated in the realm of video games, and I apologize for that. I'm open to learning, and I'm starting with Stardew Valley. Hang on, guys. Let me see, just 1 second. Okay. Alright, we're a little bit lagged. Here we go. Quarters? I know what quarters are. Oh, it was an arcade game. I mean, I know that. literally had to feed it quarters. No, I understand like the concept. I've interacted with them. Okay. Oh, Silas says Galaga is a popular arcade machine. Okay, cool. And yes, Louis, thank you. I'm familiar with quarters. Okay, Michael. Only thing I know about arcade games is from the movie King of Kong, A Fistful of Quarters. Okay, I haven't heard of that either, but maybe that's more permissible. Louis asked, do I need a mod? I do not have any mods, so I actually could be in need of a mod. Hello dear, I'm gonna read this letter really quickly. I know you're just getting started as a gardener, so I wanted to give you a little tip. Most crops only grow in one season. When summer arrives, your spring crops will all die out, so plan ahead. Granny Evelyn. Thank you, Granny Evelyn. I did know that, but it's probably good to remind me of that. Alright, and from Olawali, have you heard of a game called Oxygen Not Included? It's a fun little farming type survival resource game. I have not heard of that. Surprise, surprise. But again, I'm definitely open to it. If it's something, you know, that you're interested in watching me play, or, you know, you could also just check it out if it's something that you really like. Alright, so I think that for the list for today, first of all, I'm gonna harvest these potatoes. Oh, my inventory's full. Okay. Alright, the green one, I remembered that I actually color coded these chests for myself, which I'm proud of myself for, because it actually did work. Okay. Here we see, let me see. Okay. Let's see. Where am I gonna put these? Oh, I have a perfect spot for these mixed seeds. Yay. Okay, delete. All right, let's see, I can do this. Why did that go over there? Sorry, everybody. I'm still getting all the technology figured out. Let me see. Okay. I'm gonna find the chat, and I'm going to see what I can do about this meat guy. Remove? Does remove work? And you know, Louis, are you okay with potentially being a moderator? Is that the question? I don't want to assume, but the way you asked, I figured I would check, because that was my first attempt at removing somebody, and I think I did it correctly. I clicked, oh wait, no, I think I just deleted the comment. All right, we're learning here. We're learning here. Okay. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh yeah, I just deleted a single message. That's not useful. I'm going to hide. All right. I think I've done what needs to be done. I think I've done it. All right. Taken care of. There we go. We're not gonna have no nonsense interrupting our chill time. Okay, resource games can be super fun. I don't even know what a resource game is. I'm sorry. I would love to know though, if you would like to tell me. I mean, I can sort of guess what it would be based off of the name. Is it, I mean, I assume it like is dependent on like the gathering and maintenance of resources. But I guess I just like don't fully understand how that would play out like in a game format. almost watered all of these bad boys. Alright, and I'm gonna sell those potatoes. All of them. Goodbye. And yeah, I don't think I have anything else worth selling at this time, unfortunately. So I'm gonna just get rid of the rest of this stuff. There's nothing there. Alright, thank you. Alright, so I actually just blocked them, I think. I removed them from the channel. Okay, thank you, Louie. I will do that really quickly because I just saw that. Thank you very, very much. And I'm also going to do that. Got it. All right. Thank you, Louie. I have added you. And Efrendo, hello. Thank you for joining. It's good to see you here. We just had our first run-in with a troll, and they're now gone. And I guess timing them out might have been like a slightly more prudent thing to do, but I think I went full block. I've never had that capacity before. I've never had that need before. So yeah, let me know what you think I should do with that in the future. But they're gone. So mission accomplished. Okay. Alright, that distracted me a little bit. Where are we at? Gotta put these rocks away. And then I'm going to check out the scarecrow situation. Assuming that I can find the button for the menu. Nope. Oh. Okay, apparently C can— oh, I'm also very hungry. Oops, my bad. Eat the leek. Lenient mod is fine. Just maybe, yeah, blocking or getting rid of that guy is perfect, and I really appreciate it, so thank you. Okay. Let us see. Okay, pulling it together. Oh yeah, I was trying to figure— oh no. Oh no, I'm not pressing any buttons. Please stop. Oh no. Oh no. I don't know if this is like a flaw in my keyboard or what's happening here, but the character seems to be moving left. Oh, alright, it stopped. Thank goodness. I was not gonna know how to troubleshoot that, other than restarting the game, I guess. Alright. Grabbing that. Alright, so I'm just gonna start pushing buttons in the hopes that one of them will pull up the menu. It's still not T. Surprise, surprise. Y, it's not Y. Oh, I have little reactions though. Aw. That's cute. It's not W, for obvious reasons. It's E. And I shall remember that. Alright, crafting. I need to sit on my other leg now too. Really liking that tree, yeah. That tree and I had like a nice bonding moment earlier. Okay, crafting, scarecrow, 50 wood, 1 coal, and 20 fiber. Okay, Louis, I always give people warnings before taking action to time out. Okay, that seems very reasonable. Thank you, I possibly should have done that. That sounds great. Yeah, alright. We've recovered from the malfunction. So I'm gonna need to grab 50 wood, 25. I'm just gonna grab all the fiber, all the coal, and all the wood. Oh, and I can make paths too. That sounds kind of fun. Okay, and I also want a campfire. Today's gonna be a crafting day. We're just gonna grab all these things. Alright, I need coal. I'm grabbing the— no, I grabbed 1 coal. Alright, I also grabbed 1 clay. There we go. And granite? Nope. Is this the correct one? Yes, there is all the wood. That should do it in terms of crafting. Here we go. E. And then we're gonna go back to crafting recipes. Wait, I can't make a campfire. Why do I only have 4 fiber? I guess I didn't grab it. Yep, there we go. Perfect. All right, from Louis, it's raining hard here now. Very jealous. We had rain a couple days ago, but it's definitely very hot outside today. Very happy for all of your wildlife and all of your plant life. All right, back to crafting. All right, I can make a gravel path. No, thank you. Wait, no campfire. I only have 1 wood. How did I manage that? All right, that's how I managed that. I pressed the wrong side of my mouse. 3rd time's the charm. Text sign, I don't need that. I don't need signs, I think. I'm a little avant-garde with my planting and I'm happy with that. Field snack. Acorn, maple seed, and pine cone. Also disgusting sounding, but okay. Whatever floats your boat. Let's start with this campfire because I'm most excited by the prospect of a campfire. All right. And I don't need any more chests. I don't need a gate, stone fence, wood fence. Nope, none of the above. Cookout kit. I don't need to cook on the go. F that. And another scarecrow seems wise. Here we go. And I think that the other scarecrow should go right here. Perfect. Here we go. Oh my gosh, 98 degrees in Texas. I hope you have air conditioning. Fjord Rig says, I took up gardening IRL for the first time and it's just great to watch a plant grow from a tiny seed to a huge brush. I actually did a little bit of gardening this summer as well. I planted a few zucchini seeds and a few sunflower seeds. And it is extremely, extremely cool. I definitely agree with you on that one. I think it's a ton of fun, and they're just in like pots, so it's not like they take up too much space. Whether they actually like bear any fruit will remain to be seen. But at the very least, it's been very cool to see them grow from literally, like you said, a tiny seed into an actual plant. Okay, campfire. Where are we gonna put this bad boy? What if we make like a little cozy area kind of to the side of the crops? Yes, this is fun. I'm really excited about this campfire situation. And what about a path? I'm feeling like path is gonna be a move. Let's see. Boiling a little earlier. I could see my sweat turning into steam. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. Yeah, let's do some path. Let's make some path happen. Back to crafting. I like the cobblestone path. But you know, the wood path is kind of nice too. I'm not a fan of the gravel. That just kind of looks like a hole. Cobblestone path. Yeah. Is that literally just 1, 2, 3, 4? Let's start with like 25, I think. Cool. And wait, can I not? Wait, no. Here we go. No AC, just fans in lots of cold water. Okay, same boat, same boat. Although my water is empty. So we do what we can. I've not been visible? Oh my god. We live and we learn, guys. We live and we learn. What a modern tragedy. Oh, that's too funny. Okay. Alright, well, I like the way this path is looking. Although it does lead to nothing. It does lead to nothing. This was a mistake. Alright, so... I guess the path should have been one up, huh? Alright, well, let's just... Double wide path. Wait, the path still doesn't lead out. This is getting a bit silly. Okay. Okay. Alright, I can't believe that I wasn't visible. I apologize. That was absolutely not the intention here. Okay, and now we're gonna complete this path going this direction. There we go. And let's go up here as well. I'll make it double wide for where we... You know, does this even look good? You know, whatever. We'll leave it overnight. We'll think about it. Can I even... I don't think I can... No, there's a torch there, obviously. I can't go there. Alright, well I have 2 left. So I guess we can expand here a bit. Well, that certainly is something. So you have some avocados growing that took like 2 months to sprout. I can't even count on all 10 of my fingers how many times I've tried to sprout an avocado seed with absolutely 0 success. So I've long since given up on that hobby, but congratulations that you've actually managed it all, because that's already a pretty significant feat, if you ask me. Alright, so I'm out of energy. I think I'm just gonna like restock the resources, unless, you know, I'll hang on to them and maybe think about doing some more crafting tomorrow, because I'm not really vibing with this path here. I gotta say, I hate the way that it's like overlapping with this pre-existing path. That is absolutely not a vibe. Absolutely not a vibe. Oh, the campfire. Let's see, can I turn it on? Oh, I think I've never had a campfire in one of these games. So that's pretty awesome. I like that. Wow. In fact, let's make another one. Campfire. Okay. Put that there. And yeah, let's put that bad boy like right here. Is there something there? Why can't I do that? I can put it here. That seems a little bit weird. We'll think on that. Nope, nope, now we're just walking up. Okay. Okay, this lagging situation is becoming problematic. Let's just put the resources away. Nope, wrong chest. Oh, come on, you can do it. We're so close. I just opened the bread box again. Okay. Oh yeah, of course they're not gonna go back where they have to, because I grabbed it all out. So these need to go here, there, there, and there. Okay. I thought that's how you wanted it. No. No, that's referring to me not being visible. No, the problem was when it, when it didn't work, when I first tried to use the scene, I recreated the scene and I accidentally had the Stardew Valley layer, the new one, on top of my webcam, and it just didn't register. And my window of myself, my thumbnail that I'm seeing of my own stream is very, very small, because because I have the chat open above, because I have 2 monitors, the game's here and that's there. So I didn't notice because it was so tiny. And I'd set it up so well before that I just in the heat of the moment, I guess it just did not register for me. But again, we live and we learn. I know better for next time. All right. catching up really quickly. Oh shoot, no, I should definitely go to bed real quick. Come on, you can do it. Okay, come on. Let's hit the bed. The best part of the day, getting in bed. Okay, level 3 farming, +1 watering can proficiency, +1 hoe proficiency, new crafting recipe, bee house. Is housing the bees okay as long as we simply never take honey? Is that even a good thing? Let me know what you think. Because I think that providing them with it, but they create their own houses, right? So I'm actually not sure. But it could be interesting to just have a bee house, but let me know what you think about the like the veganism angle of crafting a bee house, because it could be maybe nice to have some bees hanging around as long as they're like, you know, happy to be there and not having their honey taken from them, of course. And then new crafting recipe, speed grow, new cooking recipe, farmer's lunch. Great. So I think we're gonna do one more day and then we're gonna call it for now. 960, is that enough for the bag upgrade? Oh my god, I hope so. Okay, catching up really quickly. Las Vegas was 117. Continental Europe, it's been the rainiest, albeit hottest summer ever so far. Interesting. And then Holly, how'd you get your camera on screen? Yeah, I just changed the order of my layers. Okay. All right, 2 monitors. And then Olawale says that the honey sells too cheap. Yeah, I don't remember how the honey sells, but yeah, that's an extra level of infuriating for sure. It's raining. We've been spared. All right, dear neighbor, I hope you are feeling settled in your new home. I am writing to let you know that Pierre's store is now selling fertilizers. Why don't you swing by and see if you can afford a few dozen boxes or so? Oh, Pierre. It's literally Pierre telling me to buy his product. Okay, we'll see about that. Also, interestingly, all the fire is still on in the dark, which I guess that's nice. All right, in the chat, we've got some thoughts on the beekeeping. So I know some beekeepers who just care for them without taking their honey or clipping their wings, etc. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I've heard of that as well, I think. Let's check. Is this fruit I can actually collect? Oh, it is. Salmon berries. Cool. And then bee house by itself may be compatible with veganism so long as they're not exploited. Yeah, that's kind of my thinking on it as well. So we'll see if I even have the resources to build that, and we can give it some more thought. And so I used to think that these little guys were worms. I think I may have mentioned that in a previous one, but it turns out they're actually just like twigs that indicate the presence of something below the earth. All right, so let's go. I have 2,041, and I am going to spend that on the upgrade because that's got to happen one way or another. So we're just going to spend, oh, they're just not open yet. I thought that it was like Wednesday and they were closed for the entire day, but they're not. Pierre's will be open shortly. So until then, we'll raid the garbage cans. Oh no, there's an individual. All right, Shane, what do you want? Go away. Okay, gladly. Oh no, he saw. I think I've actually never had one of the villagers see me do that before. And Shane says, hey, stop that, yuck. Okay, fine. Don't tell me what to do. I mean, I guess he didn't. I guess he just passed judgment on what I did. It's fine. All right. By the time we've walked over to Pierre's, it'll be open. So from LS, are you doing a vegan run? Yes, I am, and I'm already a little bit into this. If you want to catch the first few, like, chunks of me playing this game, they're on just my channel, like, a little bit deeper down. Hang on, is this a cutscene? It is. Yeah, they're a little bit deeper down on my channel if you want to catch up, but also, it's not really that kind of game. Welcome to Pierre's. How can I help you? Who's this? This looks like perhaps the wizard? And then, nope, that's just Morris. Oh, the Jojo Mart person. Okay, ahem. I guess that's actually what that sound is. Come and get it, folks. Coupons for 50% off your purchase at JojaMart. 50%? Yeah, that's pretty distressing. And to do that in this other man's business is disrespectful. Okay, well, any takers? Wow, they're all taking it. Olawali, are you using OBS, by the way, or StreamYard? I couldn't figure out how to stream games with my webcam on. It is OBS, yes. Yeah, that's what I used when I like did the recording and stuff, and it's working really well for streaming too, if you use it properly, which I was unfortunately not. All right, Pierre says, but I can't match those prices. I'd be selling at a loss. That is pretty messed up, my friend. Okay. It must be so difficult for you to lose your loyal customers like that. What an asshole. But can you blame them? Joja Corporation is clearly the superior choice. I don't know about that, buddy. Soon the whole town will realize that. Go away. Unless I do sell out to JojaMart, which could be a way to finish the game in a vegan run-through, but we don't need to make those choices now, I think. Okay. What am I here for? I'm here for that upgrade. Let's do that really quick before I forget. Yes. I did it. I got the large pack. Your inventory space has increased to 24. Perfect. And how much is the new upgrade? Oh, 10,000. Yeah, that's gonna be a while. That is not happening anytime soon. All right. From Louis, I can tell you without any reservation that earthworms are without a doubt sentient. As an ignorant teen, I did something horrible that allowed me to witness that fact. Very regrettable. Yeah, earthworms are definitely sentient. I would not go around beating them with a hoe, but thankfully those are just twigs and not worms that are indicating like the presence of something underneath the ground. Teenagers can definitely do some fucked up things, but we learn. From Janice Nichols, keep up the good work. Thank you so much, and thank you for being here. It makes it a lot of fun to have people here to hang out with and play games with, so I'm glad people seem to be at least enjoying it a little bit. Alright, wait, I've got the pack. Was there anything else? I can't buy anything else, okay. I guess the thing to do would be to go forage a little bit. I guess we could check on fortune. Let's see. Oh, I love the way that the sound changes. When you go inside the house, it's like that indoor rain sound. Oh, I see a glimmer within my scrying orb? Scrying orb, okay. A shard of knowledge from the future. Hit me with it. The spirits are somewhat annoyed today. Luck will not be on your side. What does one even do with that information in this game? Do I craft more? Crafting cannot possibly be affected by luck, right? Janice Nichols, thank you again for all of the lovely comments. I appreciate it a lot. Okay, I'm gonna do away with this pathway. This ain't it. It's just, we're gonna restart with this. I don't like it. Oh, wrong button. Good. Yeah, I don't really like with this one that you can like see under it, which I guess I should have tested it before I created 25, but it is just stone, so it's not like it's gonna be too hard to come by. Duo poly sucks? I don't know what that is. Independent green? Am I being ignorant? Okay. Oh, Democrat or okay, got it. I missed that. Okay. We're talking about politics in the chat. Okay, I see what's going on. Definitely not Republican. If that was directed at me. Oh, escape for the menu too, Friendo. Thank you. I was scared to hit escape because I thought it would just like collapse my entire window. Okay. Oh, duo, poly, duo. Okay, got it. Took me a second to catch up. I'm in like video game brain. Okay. So yeah, I guess I might as well just like gather some more like stone resources today due to the fact, I mean, I guess I'm still doing the thing that's like not great if you have bad luck, but it is what it is. Alright, scythe, switch to that. Alright, and some more of those twigs. Oh, but my inventory's full. Wait, what's the shortcut to switch between my inventory? Oh no, I guess actually that's probably not even a thing. It'll probably just show me. Let's see. Alright, a single coal. Great. Pickaxe. Let's just get through this. Here we go. Cool. And alright, so I'm gonna just take care of a little bit of this. And then I think I'm gonna try my hand at the crafting thing again. Maybe like play with the idea of that, like the pathway a little bit more before this day is over. And then I think I'm gonna wrap it up because I started losing my voice like after the boot camp segment, and it's definitely not improving. And my water's out, so. Okay. No, pickaxe does not work on that. Alright, let's head back up. Here we go. I don't really like the way this like desolate like mill area looks. I mean, I guess eventually I'll be like planting crops there as well. Oh yeah, speaking of, let's check what the crafting recipe for the sprinklers are. Oh, copper bar and iron bar. Alright, so we're a ways out from sprinklers, it would seem. So yeah, we will get there when we get there, because sprinklers would be a pretty cool thing to have. So let's quickly plant our mixed seeds, because we still have enough days, I would guess, for those to grow. So I'll put those there, nothing else to plant, I think. I'll keep the salmon berries. And then here we go. Hang on. Sorry, I just got briefly a little bit alarmed. Okay, let us head out to bed. I'm getting some alarming information from the stream. So it kind of looks like things are lagging pretty significantly. So we'll see. So, but let me just look at these. We've got the cobble path. No, I'm not really feeling that. Okay, let's see what the other options were. Gravel path or wood path? No, can't say I'm feeling like either of those are going to be the thing to do. So I guess for today we're just going to get rid of some of our stuff, we could call it. And we'll keep the silver daffodil as well for that like farmer exhibition thing. And for now, I think we're just going to go to bed early because I'm actually also getting pretty hungry. Alright, so let me hop back over here. Alright, thank you so much for being here, everybody. I am seeing like a pretty significant lag between the what the stream is showing me on YouTube versus what I'm seeing on OBS and like what's actually happening in real life, so we'll see about that. I really appreciate everybody who was here, everybody who was in the chat, everybody who was just watching. I would I'd like to make this perhaps a regular thing. I was thinking of maybe once per week, maybe doing games, catching up on Bootcamp, maybe watching the occasional video. So do let me know if that sounds interesting to you. Fjordrig, good first stream. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for being here. Yeah, I'm thinking of like editing out the Stardew Valley pieces to like keep uploading them, to like keep the series going like on the main part of the channel like as videos, but still a little bit torn on that. So yeah, thanks again so much everybody for being here. It was a lot of fun. I had a great time for my first stream, and you guys helped so much with that. So I appreciate it so much, and thank you again, and I will see you next time. Hang on, let me switch over. Thank you again. Bye.